Hello everyone and welcome to this session of Drawbacks of Agile Software Engineering Method. Now first and foremost, the most important drawback of the Agile method is that it depends only on coding. That means Agile methods are the programming methods which are developed by the programmers and for the programmers. Basically in Agile method, it does not consider a real user. It just sees that the quality of code is important. It just sees that the functionalities are working properly. There is no definition or consideration of usability or any kind of user experience. So even if there are no real users, even if we consider any customer or any stakeholders and take the requirement, we can develop the product and then finally give it to the customers for testing purpose. So very important that it does not consider any kind of usability testing or any kind of user experience. Second important drawback is that what agile software engineering method does, it first develops the code, it develops the functionalities, and then later on it thinks about fixing the user interface problems. So users, user activities or user interface is never a part of your agile software engineering method. It's just the coding is done and then later on if there is any kind of feedback from the customer regarding the UI, then that is fixed up in the next version. Next, it says that it does not focus on any upfront analysis. Now, when I say upfront analysis, it means that before starting the implementation, we need to analyze, we need to do contextual analysis, we need to do the design, and then finally go on to implementation. Basically, understanding users' preferences, users' requirement is very important. But in your Agile SE method, there is no upfront analysis done. That means before implementation, the actual requirement is not gathered. There is no any kind of brainstorming done. There is no any kind of designing done. Directly requirement is taken, that too not from the actual users but from the customers in general, and then later on directly it is starting your coding process. So one customer representative which could be on the team may or may not be a real user. So you might not get the actual requirement or actual usage issues. So at the end, whatever is being developed is just developed on the assumptions about the user needs and not on the actual requirement which is gathered. The next very important, it says that as we have studied with the user experience and we know that user is always the expert, and getting the actual information from the user by observing, by interviewing, by talking to them and trying to know what they actually want in the product or in any kind of system to be developed is very important. So in your agile software engineering method, it does not say that user is the expert. It just believes on the assumptions from any stakeholders and then finally goes up for development. So it is recommended that we need to consider the user as the expert and get the actual work practice from the users and then finally develop the system. The other thing which is not considered in agile software engineering is there is no room for ideation. That means there is no brainstorming done about which module to be placed or which of the functionalities are really very important. It basically avoids big design upfront. That means there is no designing phase which is there. On the fly designs are made by the developers about the developing the functionalities, which is also not discussed in detail, and when the customer gives feedback, depending on that some changes are made in the UI which is there. So customers feedbacks are taken on a regular basis and depending on that UI is being made, but the customer is also not the actual user. And since there is no time for ideation, there is for sure poor user experience, though the functionality is really good. However, when we work, since the agile method works with small iterations, giving some small chunks of functionality to the users and then getting the feedback from the customers and then reiterating it as it works on continuous iteration process. If it's a large system, it can be difficult to scale up the process to work on a large system because we do not know how does the actual customer work. So since the real user is not involved, we making a bigger project could become a failure for a reason that if we make the whole project and later on we know that the real user is not able to use it, then that could lead to an actual problem where where we might need to start from the scratch. So when we develop a large system and we do not involve the real users, it becomes a tedious process and later on rework would be needed. Now till here we have seen all the kinds of drawbacks of agile method, where we know that it does not follow any upfront analysis, there is no real users involved, there is no ideation done, there is no actual work context of the user is not known. Now for these reasons we need to fix up these issues with our UX design. So there is a need where your UX team and your software engineering team work hand in hand to make sure that along with the functionality, even the design is done properly and it meets all the expectation of the user. So usability is done properly and user has a better user experience while working on that. So we need to make a kind of a technique where your agile software engineering method along with the UX method go hand in hand. So to be compatible with agile software engineering side of development, UX method needs to have some kind of refinements done. Now as we know that UX method is a heavy weight process. Like for example, we need to follow all the steps from analysis to the evaluation phase and then finally go on to implementation. That means analysis is done, then designing is done, then blueprint is created or prototyping is done, and then finally evaluation is done of that, and then that is given to your software engineering team to make it. However, when I say that I need to collaborate software engineering with UX, I have to consider that software engineering works only on small chunks of codes. That means small modules are developed and that later on those are given to the customers on time to time basis. So UX method needs to be lightweight. Now when I say UX method needs to be lightweight, I cannot work with rigorous process. I have to work with rapid process where I need to somewhere compromise with the quality, but I have to make sure that I fulfilling the demand and giving a product with value to the customer. So when I am saying that I work with my UX along with software engineering, my focus should be there on the process but not on the documentation process. So I have to make sure that I work with rapid process. Maybe I can work with abridged methods so that I can do my process faster, but at the same time try to inculcate UX into our software engineering process. That is first thing. Secondly, it is very important that software engineering team and UX team work hand in hand. That means each team where you have your UX and software engineering should have access and visibility into each other's team's progress, challenges and bottlenecks if they have, so that they can plan and maintain the synchronization between the two. If there is no collaboration between software engineering team and UX team, then it will be very difficult to come to a common conclusion and that could lead to a disaster for the project. So to achieve this kind of communication, the entire project team has to be co-located. Now when I say co-located, what does it mean? It means that you have to work in the same room. So both the UX team and software engineering team has to work in the same room. And then finally we use the same whiteboard, posters and diagrams. So everyone has to be continuously be present as a part of the team, readily available, and at the end finally has to be having knowledge about both the things. For either it could be from the UX team or from the software engineering team. So you just cannot rely on email or any kind of calls on the phone. When you need to talk to someone in the team, the person should be sitting in front of you, and then you can have a talk between the two. So that is also really important. The third thing it says that we need to include effective customer and user representative. So when I work with my software engineering team in my agile development, as we know that we do not consider a real customer. What we have is just the customer representative. But on the UX side, we actually need to have a real customer and from which we can get the actual requirement. So your customer and user representative must truly represent the organization paying for development and must care about the project as a real stakeholders in the outcome. So they must be representatives who has good knowledge of all the work, who knows the workflow, who knows the work domain, which is very important to decide what kind of functionalities are required to be added. So you need to have a real user from which you can observe and find out what exactly the requirements can be. Next, it says that you need to adjust your design and evaluation to be compatible with your SE sprint phase. Now, when I work with my traditional UX method, it follows your breadth first method. That means every process has to be done in detail and then you have to follow the complete life cycle. But when I work with my software engineering, it goes into depth first process. That means it takes a one functionality, completes that properly, and then moves on to next functionality. So in that case, it is very important that UX team and the software engineering team work together hand in hand to make sure that whatever process they are making is as per the user's expectation, and finally those processes do not give any kind of difficulty for the customer to face any kind of user experience. So both needs to work hand in hand. And lastly, which we all know, that we know how to control the scope. So your UX team should know that, okay, there is since agile method works only for 1 week, 2 week for every module or for every chunk of functionality, so it should know how to control the scope. So UX team should work rigorously to make sure that it fits up all the functionalities which are required along with the designing, so that customers needs are met, at the same time the functionality is also covered. So these are the ways in which you can fix the issues or the drawbacks of the software engineering process with the UX designing, so that UX gets incorporated in the agile process and then finally both can work hand in hand. Thank you.